Okay, so now you've made your list and you know which ones you can control and which ones you can't. So let's start with the ones that you have no control over, okay? First, we can't control nature. This time of year, in fall, depression and fatigue are often made worse by light deprivation. The days are getting shorter, but we're getting less than 12 hours of daylight a day, and we have hardly seen the sun, and it's going to get worse until December 20th, when it'll reverse itself and the days will start getting longer again. But even then, it still takes it a while to get to the point where we're getting as much sunlight as really makes us happy. So we've got from now until spring before we really start feeling our vitality again. So in the meantime, we might be feeling some depression and fatigue that's related to what's called seasonal affect disorder, which is a result of light deprivation. The fact is, even if we did see the sun in Indiana, it's so far away that we might not be getting much benefit from it during the winter time. Shift workers often experience this year-round. If you're one of the lucky people who are not affected by light deprivation, these first tips may not apply to you, but I bet they will apply to somebody that you know, so it's a good idea to listen up anyway. For those who do find themselves in a rut this time of year, or have close friends or family who accuse them of being grouchy and wanting to curl up and hibernate until May, well, here are some tips that will help you deal with this very common stress. And I'm titling it How to Manage Being Sad, or Seasonal Affect Disorder. The best way I know of to combat seasonal affect disorder is through light therapy. In populated parts of Alaska, where 6 months out of the year it's pretty much darkness, people have used light therapy to keep their circadian rhythms, their biological clocks, in check. Light therapy is the use of natural spectrum lighting that mimics the spectrum of the sun, of the sunlight, to stimulate the pineal gland, which is right in here, and revitalize the body. You can purchase your own light therapy machines, or called light baths, at gaiam.com, GAIAM.com, or anywhere on the internet. You can Google light therapy machines and find some things. You can also find light therapy helmets that you can purchase. There's all kinds of tools out there that you can use for light therapy. Or you can purchase light therapy treatments from a light therapist, like your naturopath. But by far the most economical and user-friendly and accessible way to get light therapy is to purchase your own light therapy machine. Another way to manage light deprivation stress is to spend at least 15 minutes a day in the daylight. This doesn't have to be done all at once. You can go out a few minutes here and there throughout your day. Every time you get finished with something, and you can take a break before you start your next something else. Another way you can do this is to position yourself next to a window where you can look out during daylight hours. That's not the most ideal way because you're not getting the sunlight directly on you, but it allows you to be able to see the sunlight, and that can really help your energy levels. Also, establishing a routine can be an important way to get your circadian rhythms in check. You want to get up at the same time every day, go to bed at the same time every day, eat meals at regular times. In other words, train your biological clock. This is going to be especially important when times change, when we set our clocks forward or back. It helps, having a routine helps to get your biological clock reset along with the clock in your house. Nature also creates some interesting weather challenges this time of year. While many of us enjoy the reduced humidity and respite from mosquitoes and other pesky outdoor insects, we may not enjoy the cold nights and days. storms, snows, ice, high winds. Those things people don't generally enjoy. In addition to the expanding to-do list these weather conditions create, they also take a toll on our physical bodies, as well as our mental and emotional bodies. Indoor allergies for people who are sensitive to mold, dust, that kind of thing, these can be fierce this time of year because you're pretty much trapped indoors most of the time. We become more susceptible to colds and flus that are going around during this time of year. We also have traffic delays, accidents, winter storm warnings. These are some serious stressors. So here are some tips for thriving during the winter under the heading of managing weather. So first, let's look at what we can do for our bodies. Our eating habits become especially important during times of stress. The idea is to keep the immune system strong so that we don't succumb to winter colds. There are several ways to do this, and some of those include, first, be sure to eat a variety of seasonal and nutritious comfort foods. Now, during the winter time, it's hard to get seasonal foods. There's not a lot of seasonal fruits and vegetables in Indiana during the winter. But just trying to get whole foods, lots of produce and different kinds of produce, and good nutritious comfort foods are going to be nourishing. This may be the time to dust off your crock pot. These are great. Crock pots are wonderful because you can throw in whatever you happen to have available, turn it on, and not think about it for hours. Some people get it ready in the morning and let it simmer while they're doing their day-to-day stuff, and then by the time supper time comes around, their food is ready. So wouldn't it be nice to get hungry in the evening, be done with what you're doing? Maybe you've been volunteering all day or at work, and you come home and you can smell dinner cooking. Wouldn't that be wonderful? All you have to do is scoop it in a bowl. So you can make soups, chilies, casseroles, and there's all kinds of healing soups, things that have good nourishment value, but also help improve the immune system. So another way to deal with the food issue of staying healthy is when you go grocery shopping, try to pick up as many unprocessed foods as you can. So if you dusted off your crock pot, this could be dried beans, rice, fresh produce. Don't be afraid to try something new. Blooming Foods has a great bulk foods section where you can get a variety of grains, beans, and other goodies. Lots of different kinds of nuts, really actually quite inexpensively because it's sold in bulk. Also, you can pick up a bulb or two of garlic. Garlic is naturally antimicrobial. It wards off not only vampires, but bacteria, fungi, and viruses. And the more raw it is, the better. So try rolling a raw garlic clove in bread, or trying garlic stuffed olives is a way to get some raw garlic into your system. Also, you might consider supplementing with vitamin C. Vitamin C is well known for a long time as being an immune supportive nutraceutical, or an immune supportive vitamin.